Good morning. My name is Andrew Benioff. I'm here with Lenrock Group. We're here at the Independent Lodging Congress at the Highline Hotel in New York City, and we're lucky enough to be joined by Brad Wilson of the Ace Hotel Group. Brad, thanks for joining us.
Sure, no problem.
Great. Brad is president and co-partner of Atelier Ace and the Ace Hotel Group, where he oversees growth and operations and helps to create new hotels and collaborative projects. He joins the Atelier team in developing projects, developing culture, and creative processes that seek to transform the industry. And we just had a great discussion up at the Congress a few moments ago, so we'll hopefully continue that with just a couple questions to you.
Sure.
How does Ace Hotel Group set its properties apart from the competition? Just as a follow-on, I'll give you right now, what do you think are the top 2 or 3 factors that make Ace properties unique?
It's funny because we were talking about independence and the way that each hotel is a little different, right? So I'm trying to think, like, what are kind of, if you try and boil it down to kind of 3 things. I think that one thing that's pretty consistent throughout our hotels, and I think it's something that we always stand for, and in fact, I think sometimes we put it on the front door. I think our hotels are very friendly. I think one of the subjects that seems to come up in the Congress is independent hotels and how they can empower employees with pride of something that's unique and kind of a little bit more flexibility. And I think that creates an environment where people care a lot. They care about what they're doing because they're proud of the hotel, and that carries into how they treat people when they're in the hotel. And so I think we've been able to create like a really caring kind of pro-people environment. And I think people who stay with us see that and feel like the team is very friendly and trying to help them and figure out how to make things good for everybody. And I think we really love that. I think it's one of the things
That's
we're
great.
super proud of our hotels. I think the other side is the fact that each of our hotels does have a certain independence. We don't do anything that is cookie cutter, and we're sort of always evolving, and the hotels are different. It's actually kind of humorous for us because I think sometimes people pick up on one piece of a hotel and they think that that's who we are. So, our lobby in the Ace New York is sort of famous at this point.
Right.
Everybody points to it and,
Right.
and all of that kind of stuff. When we opened our hotel in LA, we don't have a lobby in LA. And people come to us and they're like, well, how can you do an Ace Hotel without a lobby? And like in our mind, the Ace Hotel was never about a lobby.
You confused everybody.
Okay, but yeah, I think we kind of confused people because we evolve and it's about that city and all that kind of stuff. The New York lobby is awesome. We love it, but it's very New York. It's a true New York experience. In LA, it's a different world, so that hotel really much more embraces kind of an indoor-outdoor lifestyle. Yeah, people in LA, you're hanging around a pool or you're like out under a tree. You're not sitting in some dark lobby.
So do you have a pool and a tree for them to hang out
We
in?
do. We have a pool and a tree.
Good.
And it works pretty well.
So that's
Yeah.
the lobby. That's wonderful. That's great. Although most of your hotels are in the United States, you also have locations in Panama and London. How does a foreign location and that culture influence the development and operation of a property like that?
Yeah, it's interesting. So we always focus on culture. So like every city we go to, whether it be London or it be New York versus LA, as I'm saying, there's cultural differences you have to be savvy to. Absolutely, when we go international, the cultural difference is huge. And it's a fun challenge in a lot of ways. It's an ongoing challenge. I think you look at our hotel in Panama, and even imagery and everything, you can feel the kind of Central South American culture that's in that hotel. And it's intentional to make sure that in the end we kind of learn about where we are and how we incorporate that into the experience. Panama is super fascinating, right? It's a huge city. It's the scale of Miami. I think people don't always understand that. And it has a lot of very high-end luxury hotels. The Trump has a huge luxury hotel there. There's a Waldorf, a lot of the big brand hotels there. There's a very famous old hotel, the Bristol. So there's a lot of luxury in that market, and it's always been sort of a growing new city. And so a lot of the product in Panama is really actually generic towers of luxury hotels. You could literally sit in one of these hotel rooms and not completely know if you're in Panama or in Paris or in New York or anywhere. And so when we went there, we actually went back to the old city, which is a UNESCO heritage site, which automatically brings in a ton of culture. And got a historic building and kind of brought it back to life in its kind of original Panamanian colonial kind of feel. And it's very modern in a lot of ways, but it has a real connection to its original culture.
It's great.
And I mean, fortunately, we're fortunate that hotel today is the highest RevPAR hotel in all of Panama.
Really?
And so
it's amazing.
We're super proud of what we were able to accomplish there. But to do that, it has to be with great partners. And so their Conservatorio, who is a developer, is kind of trying to reinvent Casco Viejo, the old town. Great partners, super connected, and we're able to kind of use that to help us learn.
Wonderful. What's wonderful. Great.